I just feel like it's the city of Oakland is there any place left that is safe?
There's not 1 week goes by that we don't get robbed somewhere, but if this keeps happening, you're not going to have those small businesses here in Oakland.
It's not just the FBI that is after Mayor Sheng Thao, but it's also the Oakland residents who want her gone. It looks like she cannot stop this recall. We're going to check out the latest from this recall, and we're going to see firsthand why people are fed up with the mayor. And spoiler alert, it's really about crime.
A judge just may put the brakes on an investigation into the Sheng Thao recall committee.
Yesterday, we told you how backers of the recall effort of the mayor were going to be dragged into court Friday for failing to turn over documents to Oakland's Public Ethics Commission.
But as KRON 4's Dan Kerman tells us tonight, a judge has sided with the recall committee.
The committee behind the recall of Oakland Mayor Sheng Thao was subpoenaed and asked to provide documents to Oakland's Public Ethics Commission, which is investigating whether the group violated campaign finance laws. The recall committee objected, claiming the request was too broad, and now, in this tentative ruling, an Alameda County Superior Court judge has agreed, denying the commission's motion to force the group to cough up the documents.
So the Oakland Public Ethics Commission tried to get a lot of documents from this recall effort. So the Oakland Ethics Committee, representing Sheng Thao, wanted a lot of information from this committee organizing the recall effort against Mayor Sheng Thao. They wanted all of these documents to investigate whether this recall committee had violated campaign finance laws. Specifically, the commission was looking for detailed financial records and other related information to ensure that the recall effort was being conducted legally and transparently. But we all kind of know why. At this point, Sheng Thao needs to fight this recall effort. It's not looking good for her, and she tried to force this committee in court to hand over a lot of detailed documents.
It is what we had been telling the Public Ethics Commission all along, which was that we don't have any problem with turning over properly subpoenaed records, but your subpoenas are improper, they are wrong, and they ask for too much information, and they invade the privacy of some of the people whose records are being sought.
And you can think about it, if they're trying to get private information from individuals who are not notified about this, if they're trying to get private details about certain individuals, it could be used against them in terms of politically or even personally, trying to find ways to find out who's in behind all this, because at this point, it's all political. Sheng Thao is fighting for her political life, and also the feds are around as well. So I think that's the big reason why she decided to try to fight this recall committee. But again, it looks like it's not working.
In the tentative ruling, the judge found the document request unconstitutional because it's too broad and violates the privacy rights of individuals who may be mentioned in those documents but haven't been notified of the investigation.
It's easy to cave to governmental overreach. And I don't want to live in an Oakland or any society where you just say, okay, it's just better to just go ahead and bow to that kind of pressure. I don't want to live in a society like that. And I will do everything I can to protect, again, those people who don't have a voice.
As opposed to letting the tentative ruling stand, Oakland's Public Ethics Commission has decided to contest the decision. In an email to the judge, the commission's attorney says the commission wishes to proceed with oral arguments to inform the court that it will be issuing revised subpoenas that address the issues raised by the court in its tentative ruling and to seek clarity.
So the judge's decision is not good news for Mayor Sheng Thao. The judge sided with the group trying to recall her. So it looks pretty bad. This means that the recall effort can still continue going on without handing over those documents for now. Obviously, the city is planning to try again with a more focused request, but it looks like things are not going to go well for Mayor Sheng Thao. So let's even go back to the beginning. What's going on? What's going on with this recall? Obviously, if you guys already know, she's under investigation by the feds, focusing the allege of corruption and financial misconduct. Just a couple of weeks ago, the FBI raided on Thao's home and other locations linked to prominent figures in Oakland, including David and Andy Duong, owners of California Waste Solutions. The FBI investigation is exploring potential illegal activities such as money laundering, misuse of campaign donations, and other unethical practices related to the city's contracts and political contributions. Another significant aspect under scrutiny is the relationship between Thao, her partner Andre Jones, and the Duong family. Allegations include the Duong's involvement into a scheme to funnel money through straw donations to influence political outcomes in city contracts. So there's a lot of corruption. And on top of that, the people in Oakland don't want her as mayor anymore. This recall election is scheduled for November, making the first time in Oakland's history that a mayor is facing a recall vote. The campaign cited various problems against Thao, including her handling of public safety issues, the departure of the Oakland A's, and the firing of the former police chief, LaRon Armstrong. Despite the recall, organizers argue that Thao's leadership has not been effective addressing the city's challenges. And you can kind of figure it out in terms of how crazy crime has been. But obviously, Sheng Thao responded to this effort by saying it's a distraction, it costs too much money. She's characterizing this recall campaign as political, pointing out that it began immediately after she took office. And she argues that the effort is a waste of time and resources, estimating it can cost the city millions of dollars.
I want to know more about the handful of billionaires from San Francisco and from Piedmont who are hell-bent on running me out of office. I want to know why, the day following the qualification of a recall election, funded by some of the richest people in the Bay Area, seemed like the right day to execute a warrant. I want to know how the TV cameras knew to show up on my sleepy residential street so early in the morning to capture footage of the raid. And I want to know why Fox News and Breitbart were so prepared to fan the flames and to tell a story that they want to tell, to bend the facts to shape a narrative.
But the biggest problem is Oakland is really terrible with crime.
What's the mayor and police chief doing to help the struggling businesses in Oakland, especially near the airport in the Hegenberger corridor? A few weeks ago, a flash mob ransacked a gas station store in that area. Today, Mayor Thao visited the store. So the question is, what happens moving forward?
In less than a month, Sam Mardai's store at the 76 gas station on Hagenberger has been burglarized twice. It caused nearly $115,000 in damage, starting with a flash mob earlier this month.
That's crazy. This is chaos. 100% chaos.
Where dozens of people ransacked the store for 40 minutes, stealing everything in sight.
It's law and order. Law and order. We're law-abiding citizens. I want whoever that's going to take a chance to break the law to be responsible for breaking the law.
Less than 2 weeks later, a group attempted to steal an ATM, ramming a truck into their door and assaulting an employee. When that didn't work, they stole cash and cigarettes. In a meeting with Mayor Sheng Thao and Police Chief Floyd Mitchell, Mardai is pushing for policy changes, more action from the city, and is criticizing the mayor for not responding sooner.
And the reason why she's probably responding right now, because again, she's under a lot of pressure. See, crime in Oakland remains a significant concern. Oakland is experiencing a high rate of violent crimes, including assault, robbery, and homicides, significantly above the national average. The rate of property crime, including theft, vehicle theft, and burglary, is also elevated. There's even issues with the accuracy of crime statistics reported by the Oakland Police Department, leading to discrepancies in the data. Some reports have suggested that official figures might undercount certain crimes, making it difficult to get a full, accurate picture of what's going on in the situation.
I got phone calls from everywhere, from all states, from different politicians, from everywhere. And the one phone call that we never get was from the city of Oakland.
I do know that the sensitivity behind a situation like this, and so I explained to the owner, is that I always give victims some space and time, and then I come out and I have a conversation with them.
That's a terrible way of dealing with it. If I'm a victim of crime, contact me immediately. If I am a business owner and I had dozens of people destroy my business, call me the night of. I don't need time. I need someone with the authority that can come in and tell me what the hell happened and how this is going to be fixed, what the person is going to do. So her tactic is a terrible one. Don't do that. Call them immediately. Same night, if you can, as soon as possible, to show that this business owner, this victim of a crime, that you care, that you actually give a damn. And you're not doing this now because you're worrying about your career, worrying about your seat as a mayor.
There's not 1 week goes by that we don't get robbed somewhere in the city of Oakland of one of our businesses. And we take it to the chin and we suck it up and we just move on and we keep going. But If this keeps happening, you're not going to have those small businesses here in Oakland.
Mardai says he appreciates efforts by Chief Mitchell, who's come out twice and sent OPD to the store to train employees how to report crimes more efficiently after concerns it took police hours to respond to the first burglary.
I don't understand. Train them to report. I'm sure they call the cops. Train who? Training the people to call the cops? Or the cops showing up? Or the cops patrolling that area? I didn't understand that one. Tell me in the comments. Let me know if you understand what that person was trying to say.
Chief Mitchell is now focusing on how to deploy resources more effectively to the area as the mayor looks for additional options after the temporary increase in CHP resources ends later this year.
Just looking at our deployment and what that deployment is going to look like as we attrition down to what the new budget process. So, and we are continuing to look at how we are deployed and how we can best manage and show high visibility.
We're going to have to really lean upon our partner organization, whether it's the Sheriff's Department, working with the port to figure out some sort of security mechanism. But these are ongoing conversations.
Both the mayor and police chief say it will take partnership with the district attorney's office to hold criminals accountable.
The budget is cutting the police department, and then they're going to try to find a way to fix this while spending less money on law enforcement to protect the people in Oakland. How's that going to work? And it didn't seem like she cared enough until now. She wants to show up at certain spots to talk to some business owners. But the crime is out of control, and people have lost confidence in this mayor to actually do anything about it.
Crime spree in the Oakland Hills, where nearly a dozen cars were hit by thieves in the middle of the night. Residents on alert, left with a trail of damage.
They just hit car, drove up the street, went to the next cul-de-sac. It's extremely frustrating.
Crimes happening in the Oakland Hills. The suspects hitting multiple cul-de-sacs in just a matter of minutes. Betty, this does appear to be a very coordinated crime spree.
Surveillance video suggests that they planned accordingly. They had tools and a thought-out strategy. Now, they didn't get away with much, but they left a trail of damage.
Video shows a car pull up and park in the middle of a cul-de-sac just before 3 a.m. on Tuesday. The suspects casually stroll up to different cars. They focus on the Audi and easily break the window and rummage through it before walking back to the getaway car in no apparent rush.
They're getting more brazen every day. It looks like they had broke the window and then they crawled in through the window, opened the center console, ruffled through there, pulled the mask in. There were only mask and napkins in there, pulled them out onto the seat, and then crawled back out, because if they open the door, the alarm goes off.
Longtime resident Roger Worsema said outside of one-off car break-ins in the past, the Marywood neighborhood hasn't been targeted like this. Right after this, video captured what looked like the same car and suspects at another cul-de-sac pulling the same stunt.
This is lawlessness. They don't even care about the law enforcement. They're able to do this without any care. Look how casually they ran a little bit there, but they're just walking in and breaking into cars. This shows that they have no fear of law enforcement. This is Sheng Thao's administration. That's why people are looking to get her kicked out. I think a lot of us believe that most of our politicians have some level of corruption, but don't suck at your job and be corrupt and misappropriate money. You're doing too much, Sheng Thao. You're doing too much. This is gone out of control.
They appeared to use glass-breaking tools and didn't set off any car alarms. Another camera angle shows them getting into a Porsche. Nearly a dozen residents woke up to shattered glass in their cars and on their driveways in the morning.
It's extremely frustrating because I just, you would think that, here it would be relatively safe. And I just feel like it's the city of Oakland is there any place left that is safe? This happened to me 6 months ago, and I was down on Lakeshore.
Jane Barnes reported the burglary to the non-emergency police line and spoke to an Oakland police officer.
He even said, he was like, we're going to log this and try, but we really don't have anything to go off of, especially when we have homicides that we have to, address first.
Donanjay Nair also has to replace his glass window.
My wife was carjacked about 2.5 years back in Oakland. What struck out to me and across all the incidents is these are kids.
Is there an end in sight? Where is it going to come from? Is it going to come from, the city? Is it going to come from the police? Like, what else is there to do? I'm just at a loss.
My opinion, they need a new mayor, a whole new administration. I think in November, she will be out. She is trying to clean up her image. She also is trying to deal with the homeless situation. Now all of a sudden she cares about that now. The problem is it's too late. Too little, too late. From the very beginning, it looks like she was coordinating with her partner, Andre Jones, handing out certain political jobs based on what she did, pay for play type stuff, working with that shady company, California Waste Solutions. She needs to go. This is outrageous. This is a land of lawlessness, and Oakland has dealing with too many different things. It's time for someone else with some more experience, someone who isn't as corrupt, to come in and clean this mess up in Oakland. But what do you guys think about this? Let me know. Put in the comments below. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.